And
Smile until it
lift
starts.
off of
Yay! Here
Astronomy
we are.
Daily Live, your host for the evening, Cosmic Lettuce.
God, Bobby, you're getting
Hey,
really professional with this.
wow!
I
I
don't
could have
think I can stand it here.
I could have sworn there was something in my head that was saying exactly what I was just about to say. Wow! I don't know what that is. Hey, everybody! Welcome once again to Astronomy Daily Live. It's 2:01 UTC, and it's time again to gather together this worldwide group that comes together. Well, I'm here every day. Mostly everybody else is here every day too. And just having a good time talking all things astronomy, space, science, nerdy things, rocket launches, spacecraft, galaxies, telescopes. Oh man, when you're an astronomer, the entire universe is there and ready, and so that's why I like it. Really, is because it's the study of everything, and yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Is I want to find out about everything. It's not that I'm going to understand it all that much, but I certainly want to find out a little bit more about it. So that's what this live stream is. This live stream doesn't exactly answer any. Well, it doesn't provide any kinds of answers. If it does anything at all, it creates more questions. So if you're looking for answers, you're probably in the wrong place. But if you want to have a nice, lively conversation about astronomical things, we dive into stuff and look at things. It's sometimes hard to go really, really, really deep, but we try, and most things fly way over everybody's heads, including mine. But that's normal. Professional astronomers experience exactly the same thing. Most of the stuff that lots of other astronomers are doing are way above their heads too. So we're all sort of in the same boat. So let's just sit back, enjoy, and I just stand in awe of all of this. It's just absolutely amazing. So really, really incredible.
I think we have a new person. Isn't Solyan new?
Yeah.
Soul Yin, yes.
We got it.
Soul
Well, first
Yin.
of all, please welcome the lovely and sexy talent Atta, and we just got an alert.
Hey there. Yeah, so we've got on the panel, we've got Bobby,
Hello.
we've got Atta in pink, and Earth Radio. Ron, hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Yeah. Next, we're back in this ups and downs again.
Yeah,
Ups
I
and
know.
downs, huh? All right. Well,
Yeah.
I
And
am
we're going to take
really,
off to the stars.
I am really, really decked out.
Yep.
We're gone.
So I've got the coffee here.
Yep. We're at warp. We're at maximum warp to the Romulan neutral zone. Or is it the Klingons?
I've got the hydrogen hydroxide here. I've got this green stuff. Look at that green stuff.
What the heck is that?
So this is just a big bottle of green goodness. That's
Oh.
what it says.
Green
Wow.
So
I
man,
don't know if I want to touch anything green.
Yeah.
it's really, really, really green. And
Let me
it's
tell you
actually
something. I'm dying for a Coca-Cola. So cheers.
really tasty too. I don't know if I
Well, this is pretty tasty.
on there. There we go. So just
I'll
disgusting.
stick with mine.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
It's just absolutely disgustingly healthy. I can barely
Yeah, well,
stand.
it's good. It's good. Live long,
I just can't. I can just handle a little bit of the healthy stuff once in a while. All right, so
Green tea's pretty darn good. No, something every once in a while, if I have money, I'll just go ahead and give me a Gatorade.
I one of the drinks I really, really like is matcha. which is a green tea. It's really like bright green, and it's got some kind of a chemical in it that is like a caffeine substitute of sort. I mean, that's really poor way of saying it, but it does provide a little bit of a jolt, but it's an interesting one because it doesn't do like this, right? It's more just like, man, I feel like I'm on a rocket, and it's pretty nice. And matcha is extremely healthy. Extremely healthy. It's really good for you. It's got some nice things in it. So I think green tea in general is pretty good. So yeah. But anyway,
my secret to a long life, and trust me, I should know, is you should have a hot tamale every day, and a little rum and coke. Boy, that's gonna.
There you go. I always like to hear about those kinds of recipes because I'm looking for that secret recipe that'll just extend life. I don't know if that is a good idea, but it seems like a pretty nice existence here. So I want to hang around a little bit, at least. I think there's a few more things to do. So all right, well, great. I definitely want to say howdy to everybody in the chat. Sol Yin.
There's Chuck,
nice
Uncle BD, Tom, Soil, Yan. I'm not sure if he or she's still here, but yeah.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. I'm seeing Tom. Hey there, Tom. Uncle Bill, I saw earlier. Chuck, nice to see you, Chuck, in the chat. I'm going to be working on that song after the live stream here. Chuck and I and Carolina Sky Astronomy are talking about doing some kind of musical collaboration. So we're bouncing around a couple of things now. Kind of, I kind of see this as a figuring each other out and seeing what works and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be really fun. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I have no musical talent whatsoever, so I really respect anyone who does.
I am blessed in so many ways, and that is one of the things that that I was exposed to early on, and I have kept with it, this entire time. Got this board probably maybe 9 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that, and it's been great. That board really delivers. So
as long as it still works, it's okay.
It works. The only thing that there are two main gripes I have about this board. The primary gripe is that the buttons, there's lots of buttons, and those buttons, I don't know if they're getting dirty or if they just fail, but I've got a lot of failures. Now, luckily enough, I know how, to solder and all that kind of stuff. So, it's not a huge deal. But, I'm going to take this dumb thing apart every single time and pull the boards out of this thing. And it's a royal pain. So I don't like all the buttons. I would much rather not have any. The other.
Why don't you get yourself a new keyboard, you rich dummy?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'll grab 5 or 6 of them while I'm at it. Yeah. The other complaint I have about this board, and it's sort of a common thing, is that they want to make the keys feel like a piano. So they put all kinds of weights and counterweights and all this mass in there. You know how much this thing weighs? This thing weighs almost 70 pounds.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you can even lift 70 pounds.
It's,
I
It's
can
insane.
lift. I can lift a table this freaking wide, and I put
I
it on
believe,
top of
Bobby,
the
I
head.
believe you could lift a lot more than 70 pounds. It's
believe you.
Cosmic that I don't believe can lift it.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. This whole board is empty, right? There are 3 circuit boards on the top, and then empty. It's almost completely empty, and then of course all the keys, and it's the
Okay.
keys that weigh almost 70 pounds. It's insane. So, and I mean, it does feel really, really nice, but and it makes it it's
You
not
know, if
impossible.
I had the time and everything, I would not only just do a musical cooperation with my old friends back in the high school, but also do a theoretical group like Otto would do.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, nice.
You might be surprised how it would take off. I mean, you start out slow and word of mouth, you depend on that for advertising.
Yeah.
And, those things can really take off. I wish I were a little younger and more energetic. I'd do more shows than I do.
Yeah.
More energetic, huh?
Yeah, more energetic.
Holy moly. I don't know about that. Wow. All right.
Hey,
Well, cool.
so I did get to look at the sun today.
You did? How's it
You
look?
did?
There was no sunspots.
Right.
So
They must
probably,
have moved to the dead west.
yeah, it probably looked like
Yeah.
the same sun we've been looking
Because
at for the last
when it
couple
was
weeks.
just spawning up, the sunspots was actually on the west side.
Well, and a lot of times too.
And I forgot who recommended me this web, but I got the Space Weather Live app.
Oh, cool. Yeah, some of those smaller spots, which I think those ones are pretty hard to see in a scope. They're really, really, really small. So, so tell us more, Ron.
Oh yeah.
Did you use a filter or anything? How did you look at it?
Just the solar filter on the end of the scope and my cell phone. If you take a look at my Earth Radio Sessions Facebook page, you can see the video.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah, the two regions are going behind as they exit the west wind.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I think they're pretty small too, right?
Yeah. Right now, your sunspot number is going to be at 12, but it's going to be pretty much going to be taken down to 0. It didn't boost up the flux, though. That's the sad thing. So it's going to remain at 68.
But on a plus note, with the cell phone,
little sunspots are my favorite kind.
yeah, with the cell phone, I was able to focus it, which I was not able to do before. So I was able to learn how to do that correctly.
Nice.
So that was a challenge that I had just to see if I could do that.
Nice.
And I was able to. Now I did have some light interference coming off the top of the eyepiece, and where because it was not a closed connection. So I already know. I know what I need to do.
All right. Yeah.
So,
Well, it sounds like you're on your way. You've got a nice filter on there, probably just like a neutral density filter of sorts, just knocking everything down, but visible light. So very, very cool. Nice.
yeah.
Nice. I like it. Let's see what's anything exciting in the chat. Don't see anything.
No.
So
I was checking the.
I do think I'm gonna look into.
Yeah, I was checking on Twitch. The only thing I found interesting is usually JSA and Rocket Stage.
okay. What was that, Ron?
I'm gonna look into the Revolution imager. I think I mentioned that before.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
It's one that OPT offers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a CMOS camera,
Called the
and
Revolution.
yeah, Revolution Imager. And actually, I guess now it's 2 Revolution Imager 2. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, they have a 7-inch screen that actually comes with it.
Wow.
So you don't really have to connect it to your computer to watch it or nothing like that. It has its own screen, which they have different adapters. You can actually get one that you can mount on your Celestron scope, and you have the screen right there on the end of your scope, and you have the camera with the live view, so you don't have to even look in the eyepiece. It's just right there on the screen.
Yeah. Well, and that makes it a little bit nice, because you can share the image too.
Exactly, and then like if you're trying to teach somebody, what the moon looks like or whatever,
Yeah.
It's a little bit nicer idea where a lot more people can see it.
Right.
So much like you're doing here with the different websites when you go to different places.
Yeah.
And you're showing what we can see.
Right.
Of course, we know what we're looking at.
If you don't mind, I went over to the OPT website to try to find that. But so I'm over on optcorp.com. Is that where I should be? Right place.
OPT it's OPT telescopes or opt. And then look under the camera section. And actually, in the search bar, you can probably type in Revolution Imager.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can search the whole site.
Do that.
Yeah. And then it'll come up with that kit. Actually, for $300, it's not a bad deal. And you can have a payment plan of $10 a month.
Oh, I think I see it here. Let me.
That's not a bad deal, actually. I think I either have one payment left on my scope or I got it paid off. I can't remember now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I know I'm close. I might have one payment left. And then I was thinking once I get that paid off, then I was going to order that camera.
There you go. So is this what we're talking about?
The one on the left, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That is a nice little setup there. Now you can have it.
$300, you bet.
You can have it sitting on your table, the monitor. You don't have to have it mounted to your scope. Although they do have a bracket you can get that you can mount it to your right on, piggyback it right to your scope. There's an option for that. There's some kind of mount dimensioned.
Oh, very cool.
But then that just goes into your eyepiece thing, and then you just get direct view of what you're looking at.
Interesting.
And, they have a lot of good websites that help explain what the views are and what it can do, and I mean compared to what some of them cost, not bad at all.
Right.
For introduction to astrophotography,
Yeah, very, very interesting.
You don't have to spend the thousands of dollars that you had to in the old days.
Right.
You're talking about if you wanted to buy a CMOS camera or a CCD camera, whatever, you had to spend what, $3,000 or $6,000 for a used one.
Oh, they can be really expensive. I mean, they're really, 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 really good, right? But they're really expensive. Yeah. For sure.
And I guess it would really depend on what your ultimate outcome is expected. What you really want to do. If you're just casual, like I would be, a casual photographer, I guess. Nothing really extravagant. Something like this probably is not a bad deal.
Right. I was just doing a star party a couple of weeks ago, and one of the requests was, it'd be really, really cool, if you could show us this thing on a little screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that would be really, really cool.
And this is what you need right here.
I'm seeing sort of almost exactly what was described. One of the things that I would like to be able to do, and I was kind of looking for it here while you were talking about it a little bit, is because with these video cameras, because the exposure time is so short, you usually can't see faint things like galaxies and all that. But these guys are talking about changing the exposure times, to be able to see all this stuff. So that's kind of neat. I'm gonna have.
They were showing some of the clusters and some of the like Orion Nebula and things like that.
Wow.
And so if they can get some of that's pretty darn good.
And I guess I'm kind of curious about the interface between the camera and the screen itself. Do we have to use the screen, or can it be a bigger one? I don't know.
I think you can connect it to anything.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I think it has a connection. Meaning you can connect it to your computer if you want to.
Right.
Okay. Or you can connect it to your big TV if you want to.
Right.
Not up to what you want.
This is calling itself a CCD camera. Huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to a CMOS.
Okay, yeah, CCD camera. Okay, sorry about that.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit. It's just the usual BNC here on the.
But I mean, I'm talking about for the cost effectiveness of what you're trying to get into.
I'm incredibly impressed. Yeah. I'd sort of like to.
How much you will be paying for it?
Okay, it's $300 for the total price. All right. Now with the payment plan, they got something like I think it was $10 a month if you get approved for your payment plan.
Sure.
And so I mean, if you can afford $10 worth of coffee or a burger or something like that, you can handle $10 a month.
Yeah.
And then look at all that fun stuff you can have there.
Right.
Just for your teaching. If you had a star party, like you said, where you can show this on a bigger screen, and then you wouldn't have to sit there and describe it, or you wouldn't have to sit there and take a picture of it and then explain the notes later. You can do it right live time right there.
Yeah, I love it. It. Yeah, I'm. This is pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll have to investigate this a little bit more. It looks pretty good. I guess I'd sort of like to know exactly what kind of sensor they've got in here, but
I'm not sure how to look all that stuff up, but I'm guessing if you ask the right people, they might be able to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, we should be able, to give them a call and.
But if you know what to ask.
OPT like P and K are very, very friendly, right?
I guess I really haven't had any interactions with either of those. So I don't know. I mean, they both have a pretty good rep. So
yeah.
They do. Have you checked to see if they have a how-to video up on it yet? They do put how-to up.
Yeah, they
on a lot of stuff.
They actually do, right there. So I assume this is some kind of a setup and tutorial. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
The guy there from Celestron. He's from Celestron, I guess.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or from the camera company, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he works with the company.
Nice.
So
nice.
And he explains exactly how to set it up.
You've received this already, or
no? I haven't gotten it yet. I plan on it. That is my thought that I was gonna ask you about and see what you thought about that technology, and compared to some of the other cameras like the ZWO that they have that can be quite expensive, about maybe $2,000 for a decent one. But I don't think you get the screen and everything with it like this one here.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking about everything that you get on this little package here for the cost, and for your
Okay.
introductory.
So, Ron, I have a question for you. With the monthly installment plan, does it subject to a credit check?
They just do their own check on you. If they like what they see, then they give it to you.
There you go.
Basically, and basically,
So how did you get past them then?
I don't know. I guess I put a big down payment. I put a big down payment on the scope. I don't know.
There you
Well,
go.
if you already bought something on tick from them, they'll accept you again.
Right. Yeah. And see,
Especially for a much smaller purchase.
I made a few payments on my telescope, which is $2,500 telescope. So
Yeah.
I think like for me right now, if I was off to go to rent to own places, I might be able to get anything I want. Probably not for a bed because the bed will obstruct the air conditioner.
Well, what would you want to get though from the? What would you want to get from the telescope company? Would you want to get a telescope? Would you want to get What would you want to get? That would be the first thing you'd ask yourself.
Well, it won't have telescopes, but let's say it will have like furniture, electronics.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be your company then.
Probably
Yeah.
not. But hey, I'd like to, for sure, I'm going to look through these comments a little bit. This is a nice long one. I'm going to have to, but I sort of noticed.
I thought you'd like to know about that and at least do some research on it and
Sure, absolutely.
see what you come up with. And if you like what you see, then that's a good. I mean, I think it's a good choice anyway. But I mean, if I can get someone else to approve it and agree with what I'm thinking, I'm on the right track.
I'm. Oh, okay. So here it is. It's a Sony ICX 811 sensor. So you should be able to look up the specification on that and see what size of pixels they are and what kind of noise there is and.
Well, it's a Sony.
You're talking about Sony. It's got to be good, right?
Well, that's a pretty good brand, I think. But
yeah, Sony's are pretty darn good. If you follow Clint from Oxford Shortwave Mob, he usually does videos on his Sony receivers. He was more of a Sony freak too.
See what I like about
it was making radios. Okay,
yeah,
I had a Sony boombox. I had a Sony phone, and I used to have a Sony DVD player and a Sony Blu-ray player.
Right. And I remember when we used to buy the stereo equipment and you had to have all the same kind, or you were totally crazy if you didn't have the same kind. If you had a different brand, something in your stereo, you were not right. You had to have everything the same.
That's funny.
Now, when I have my Sony Blu-ray player, the only way if you're gonna get online content is if you use Ethernet. Now, I used to have an extender that I gave it to Uncle Billy so that he can have like his internet for things like getting movies and stuff. And it was pretty darn good even with the Ethernet on the extender.
Nice.
But,
Yeah.
But if you was off to shuck up $20 more, you'd be able to get one with a Wi-Fi.
So yeah, just glancing at that setup there, Ron, looks pretty good to me. So I don't.
With my scope that I have, which you know the kind of scope I have, same one that Ada has, and similar to what you're using there. It just connects to the eyepiece. You don't have to worry about any special adapter or anything like that.
Yeah, and it actually looks like it's got a filter on it, and it also has what do you call those things? Focal reducer, So both of those things are great. It's really awesome.
Yeah. So it's something I need to look into then. Yep.
Yeah. Well, if you've already ordered it, it's on the way.
I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm considering.
Well, I got you. Yeah.
Thinking about it first before I even thought about it, and
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, you're probably good about checking out
Oh yeah.
things and
But
all
I think
that.
What happened to Arta? What happened to Arta?
Oh, did you leave already?
I don't know.
No.
Arta,
did
what
happen?
happened?
Oh no, they got her.
I had to fend off the Borg for a moment there.
Oh, the board. Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
they're always bothering me.
they're always bothering me too.
Oh my gosh.
I tell them to come back later, and yeah, it's
my gosh.
absolutely
I
Now, can you find a weak spot sometimes on those Borg ships? Because I know those Borg ships are super, super strong.
Yeah, they are. There really isn't any weak spot. They don't have any weak spots.
There
They're
was a scene
machines, largely.
on the gift on the gift that they had with Captain Janeway, and she's sitting there, and it says, "Dismissed" is an old expression which means "get out."
Exactly. All right. Well, I think where I want to go today is I'm going to try again.
Yeah.
To
Now,
Now that I derailed
oh
everything.
no.
No. There is no such thing. That just doesn't exist here. This whole thing is a derailment. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about, but if you're gonna be going to Aries, that's okay. But I was thinking about what if I missed any meteor showers. Because I was looking at the major ones. I think the next one's gonna be in August.
Oh, okay. Well, the August one is probably the Perseids, which is always a good show. But there are meteor showers going on.
Yeah, the Perseids.
Constantly. In fact, the other night when I was out, I saw like 4 or 5 of them, just random, right? So there's a lot of stuff out there. Before we get back to Aries, just wanted to alert you that there is a launch, a Rocket Lab launch. The window, here, I'll just share my screen here. I don't need to try to translate that. We can just do that, and go back over here. And here it is. So it's a Rocket Lab launch. Window opens at 4:30 UTC. So that's in about 2 hours or so. And I think they are going to be live streaming it, probably both on their channel, which I think, is definitely a YouTube channel. It's Rocket Lab NZ. So check them out. That is going to be a nice little launch. They've got quite a payload. Actually, they have a number of different things on.
Now, I love that 4-hour window that SpaceX had. That 4-hour mission.
Yeah, well, that was a long mission. I
watched it. I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing? Holy moly! Well,
yeah,
you get the gold star today because that's that's quite a long thing to go through. You didn't cheat and fast forward or anything. You just sat there and watched the whole thing.
Nope. Just sat and watched the whole thing.
Incredible! You definitely get the gold star. So, all right. So yeah, they've got 7 payloads. Looks like Earth observation, US Special Command, swarm technologies. I'm not quite sure what that is. But some CubeSats and some other things. It's not a lot.
And I think you got a top secret one. They got a top secret one, I think it is.
Oh, they probably do. Yeah, they probably do. Any opportunity, to throw some stuff up into the sky, that's a great opportunity. So you might as well take it. So, all right, well, cool. Yeah, so that's happening.
I really love the way how they named those rockets, like SpaceX named those drone ships.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I'm not really that much into names all that much, but if you're going to name something, yeah, you might as well name it something kind of neat, right? And this one is what's it called? Make It Rain. It's called Make It Rain. There's the patch, and it's got a Rocket Lab rocket with an umbrella, a colorful umbrella over it. So I think that's pretty nice. And yeah, there's
I've seen Rocket Lab. I've seen at least one Rocket Lab launch. I think they were pretty darn good.
The Rocket Lab launches are very cool because
and they're gonna try to tell us that they're not controlling the weather. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Something's not right here.
Make it rain, huh? Well, if you hide things in plain sight, then you're pretty much covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that SpaceX 24 satellites. I think they were like military oriented. Some were scientific oriented.
What was that one they sent up? I asked about it before, where they sent the I think it was 6 satellites that looked all the way around the Earth, and they controlled, or they said they were studying the magnetosphere, and they said they were studying it. I have to ask, what do you mean you were studying it? You mean you're controlling? You mean you're controlling it? Which means with controlling the magnetosphere, they control what?
Well,
they control weather. That's right.
Now wait a minute. There's a big difference between studying and controlling. So
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So what aren't they telling us?
Well, why do you have to read anything into that at all?
Because Art is a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, okay.
They're fun.
Oh.
And sooner or later,
so Uncle Bill actually speaks the truth. Company headquarters are in Seattle, and the launch site is in New Zealand. Both areas are well known for heavy rainfall. It is heavier than usual lately, so make it rain.
Yeah, and that's actually the explanation that Rocket Lab gives is that the company that is sort of paying for all this, the customer itself, is a Seattle-based place where it rains all the time, and it's launched actually here. Isn't this a great place to launch? Look at that.
Oh wow.
Okay, that is the place to launch. This is right off of, I think, the northern island of New Zealand, if I remember right. I'm not exactly sure.
Northern Island. It's the southern island that's the beautiful one.
Okay,
really beautiful.
Wow.
But it's like shaking your fist in the sky and daring to Jehovah to make it rain.
But so that is where they're going to be launching from, right there.
New Zealand had some earthquakes a little bit ago.
Yeah, well, that they're
I know some people in that area that was talking about they were worried about tidal waves or whatever.
Oh yeah, you got to worry about that all the time if you're there, for sure. I would think.
Well, I guess one could say like either God or the Creator.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why they'd have a launch pad there where the island's unstable.
Well, they're they were and are still a New Zealand company. So their first launch site sort of had to be. I don't think it had to be, but I mean it's a little bit easier, to put it right where you are. So that's exactly what they did. But I think it's a beautiful.
Well, that they were doing some experiments with making it rain in areas that didn't have rain. You know that, right?
Sure. Oh yeah. That that's an ongoing.
They were talking about seeding the atmosphere, with whatever what they were doing to cause with the rain, but they were actually able to succeed in a lot of that, where they had rain in areas that didn't have any rain.
Oh yeah.
So they
mean,
were able to succeed in getting that accomplished. I don't know what kind of chemical it would be that they would use to make it rain. That would be the first question I would ask.
Yeah, there's a few. I don't know what the names are right offhand, but they've been doing that kind of stuff since the 40s, and I'm sure it's gotten really, really sophisticated and really, really working really, really well. But whether it's experimenting or whether it's trying to actually modify things in some kind of malicious way, I don't know.
I'd be very cautious about any of that.
You've got to be skeptical.
If seeding clouds is a thing that that it has ever since the creation of the Earth.
Oh, it's been going on for a long time. Absolutely. So yeah.
Don't worry about it, Ert. Everything will be all right. Trust me.
Just
as long as Earth Radio can play, I don't care what they're doing out there.
Yeah, if it can play, for sure.
That's
yeah,
right.
if it can play.
Earlier today, I was able to get it loaded, but let's say 5, 6 o'clock, I couldn't even get it loaded.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Johnny was going to try to do a show today, and he couldn't even log on. He was upset.
Wow. Yeah.
I was already on, so I just went ahead and played a few things. And
what is Mixler? Are they communicating with you at all, or
no, they're not. No.
They're really are not, and they're really are demanding answers on why the ups and downs, why the up and down, why the up and down.
Yeah. Well,
you say it's up, but it's still down.
Right.
You say it's down, but it's up.
And then
so
some people can't. Yeah, some people can't even get onto it to listen to it, and then other people that wanted to play on it, well, they can't even get on it to play.
Right.
Well,
that I have.
I'm going to pull everybody back, and we're going to go back into Aries here. In fact, we're going to pretty much start right where we ended yesterday, because we were looking at NGC 678, and I could remember that because it's 678. So, got it. So,
and yet you can't remember at a phone number.
789 or 678?
You can't remember at a phone number though.
We're going to go to Aries now.
Yeah. I think let's take a look at Aries.
What was that old joke?
Wow.
What was that old joke I heard one time about 7, 8, and 9 and stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot either. I forgot.
That joke's older than I am. I've never heard that.
It's one of those. Yeah, it was one of those old time jokes that you probably still circulating around and stuff.
I see. All right, so what I've done is
you probably didn't tell them jokes in church, though, Etta.
So I
already told jokes so many times. I even told them one time that at church that this is a congregation that everybody knows what is an iPad.
Well, you got to stay in communication, I guess. So I don't know. Anyway, so I'm looking at all the references to NGC 678, and I'm all the way back to 2009 already.
And don't get me wrong. Now, when I said that, when everybody knows that the congregation should know what an iPad is, I've seen some memes where the grandmas think that they're getting an iPad, but they end up getting an iPad like that.
Like what? Like what? I don't think anybody saw that, Bobby. Sorry.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is don't ask grandma for an iPad. They'll give you an iPad like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's very logical. That's great.
Oh, Mama.
I love it.
How you like me without my glasses? How you like me without my glasses?
I love it.
How
Bobby,
old
you look
are
good.
these people? Gee.
You look good anyway. Anyway.
Back to the work.
So let's see here. Work. Now that's a dirty word around here. We don't say that.
Astronomy and astrophysics with astronomy articles. And we're going to an astronomy article about Aries.
And that's something to do with astronomy.
Yes.
You're still on my view, Cosmic. Quick back on you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, kind sir. Wouldn't want that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let's see. This galaxy, I mean, looks really, really amazing. So what's going on? Why can't we find anything moderately interesting and useful here? We're just seeing catalogs of things and luminosity functions, box and peanut-shaped
So-
bulges.
So all the galaxies are basically the same way formation wise.
In terms of morphology,
The same rules apply when they're being formed.
well, as far as we know, the laws of physics have always been as they are now. Now that to me is a huge red flag, but that's sort of what we're going on at the moment. So to answer your question to the best of our knowledge now is that the galaxies are doing exactly the same thing they've been doing for millions of years.
Let's take the Milky Way galaxy,
Mhm.
and then we'll take the Andromeda galaxy, which they're basically in the same group.
Yep.
How did they form? How did they get there? Why are they different in shape? Why are they different in distance?
Yeah. No, that those are questions that have no answers.
Okay.
They absolutely have no answers at all. There are lots of guesses, but
I mean, we're both the Andromeda and Milky Way are basically both spiral galaxies, right?
as far as we know, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But now our spiral is a little bit different than what the Andromeda looks like.
They're all different.
But now the Andromeda is a little bit larger, right?
I think it is supposed to be a little bit. That is one of the problems, right? Is that we don't really know how big our galaxy is.
Okay, because we're looking from one side and looking into the middle, right?
Well, it's sort of like
you have to only see one side of it.
Well, or it's like trying to see the outside of your house from the inside. It's just that's really hard to do.
Right.
So we think that the Milky Way is about 100,000 light years across, something like that. And I think Andromeda, I think they estimate something like maybe 150, 130, 120. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, I think it is a little larger, supposedly, than the Milky Way. Oh, I've got a doggy alert here. But
dog like that barking this afternoon.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Charles? Charles Smar, welcome.
Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Where do you get the 2 million from? I don't know.
I think that says 200,000. And Charles, yeah, I think that's about.
Light years.
I don't know if anybody really knows. Well, Charles, it's nice to meet you. Nice to see you here. We're just sitting here doing astronomical things. We're actually talking about a galaxy called NGC 678 right now. And
now, was he Didn't he want to be on your panel at one time? He was asking about being on your panel at one point. I thought.
Oh,
I don't know if that's right or not. You can ask him. Ask him if he
yeah,
wants
I'm
to be.
not exactly sure, but
Uh,
yeah, we'll
he's
see how all that.
he's really smart.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
we need him on the panel.
Nice. Well, Charles,
Yeah.
stick around a little bit. Get into the chat. I am here every single day, 2 hours UTC, and we sit for about an hour and we talk all things astronomy. So come on back, and you know, we got to get to know you a little bit, and once we do, there are opportunities. So yeah, well, welcome. All right, I'm going to keep going here. I'm kind of intrigued by these box and peanut shaped bulges because, as you recall, this galaxy that we are looking at here does have kind of an odd shaped central bulge. It's not incredibly odd, I guess, but it's a little odd in that it's so large and so bright. That's kind of an unusual thing. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can. I'm going to do a. Is it called a bulge? Oh, okay. Here's another one, actually from 1987. The monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, the nature of box and peanut-shaped galactic bulges. So let's see if this galaxy. I mean, you know, this is 1987, which is it's probably getting to be a little old news, but let's take a look anyway and see if we can at least sort of identify this galaxy. Let's see if this paper talks about this galaxy. That's always the goal here. It's not always accomplished. Let's see. Bam. Go there. And it's slowly loading. Wow, this is a 20-page paper. Martin Shaw, University of Edinburgh. Cool. What is an astronomer doing in Scotland? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So a total of 20% of the sample object display a feature of interest. These box/peanuts are found to show a strong tendency towards intermediate morphological types. Not quite sure what an intermediate type is. I guess that's sort of like in between types. There are sort of three main types of galaxies. You've got the elliptical galaxies, the spiral galaxies, and the irregular galaxies. And so I guess what they're saying here is that these things that have weird shaped bulges are sort of right in between types. So, all right. Well, let's see what we've got here. I guess let's just look for 678 first. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's see if we can get a understanding what this table is talking about here.
I remember last night you were trying to find, what was it, 4 stars, if I remember right. And
yeah, well, that was just me trying to make sure that we were looking at the same thing,
right,
in 2 different ways. So, but here, this is very, very clearly talking about our galaxy, right? So this galaxy is in the constellation Aries, which is where we are at the moment, and these are just some basic parameters here. So the morphological type All major axis dimensions. So this, yeah, I don't remember exactly what D25 is, but that has something to do with the size of the galaxy itself. Dang, I wish we knew a little bit more about that. Let's see, column 4. That's some kind of a magnitude, I believe. Some kind of a magnitude. It might be a B magnitude, a B filter. So like 13th magnitude, that's pretty darn faint. That's what that is. These are just notes, so this really isn't a description of what each column is. I wonder if we can find a description of the table. Come on. It's stable. No, I guess it's not going to. You're going to wrap around for me? Nope, there it goes. Yeah, so I'm thinking that this is some kind of a magnitude.
Don't the notes at the bottom explain that? The notes under the table?
I think that these aren't really describing what each column does. They're more just notes. Okay, well this is talking about absolute magnitude, which I think makes sense. So do you see there's a negative here? So all these numbers are negative. And what this is saying is that, and you sort of have to suspend reality a little bit here. But if this galaxy was 10 parsecs away from us, which is what, 32 light years, the magnitude of the central core would be negative 20.74, which is almost as bright as the sun. The problem with that, of course, is that you can't really have a galaxy that close to us. Physically, that doesn't make sense. But in terms of luminosity, in terms of its intrinsic brightness, that's sort of what this is telling us about.
And you see, Charles is pretty smart. I told you Charles was smart.
Cool.
Yeah.
You said
and maybe for in behalf of Charles, maybe if you can give him your email to Charles and see if he'll be on the panel job.
Yeah. Well, I think Charles should hang around here a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I'm always happy to have a nice full panel, but we got to get to know Charles a little bit more. So let's see. The next column is I, inclination angles. So I'm not quite sure what that means. Not quite sure what an inclination angle is.
As the angle of the galaxy, of the disk.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can sort of think of, is that they are talking about somehow this angle here is what they say. Where are we? 87 degrees. So, I'm not quite sure what that means. Usually in these charts, this way is north. So, I'm not sure what that means, but that's okay.
Okay, you might have to look at some other galaxies then and establish that.
Yeah. So absolute galaxy sizes in kiloparsecs. So this is
Parsec is pretty big.
Well, a parsec is 3.26 light years. So a kilo parsec would be 3,260 parsecs. So if we take 3,260 and multiply it by 30.9, which is that number, 30.9, we get 100,734 light years. So yeah, well, that's kind of neat. This galaxy.
And it's funny when you're talking about parsecs and you're talking about distances and
yes,
all the time, and in Starfleet it always seemed like it was pretty short.
Well, you know, I guess it sort of depends on your perspective. In the 24th century, a parsec is nothing. Right.
But when you could go warp 9, you know, no problem.
No problem. No problem. But I think, you know, I think in the 24th century, though, they're still sort of limited to like our portion of the galaxy. So they really don't have any ways of going to other galaxies yet. Those are still pretty dark.
Wait, now Captain Kirk, I thought, got out of the barrier. Didn't Captain Kirk?
They did get out of the barrier a couple of times, but man, you know, I wouldn't want to go back there.
No.
Next Gen got up to warp 10, but they had to slow down because they were tearing the time-space continuum apart.
Right.
Yeah.
And you remember what I was talking about.
That makes for a really, really bad day.
Yeah.
They had to
slow down.
So
you just don't want that.
So what you're trying to say is, assuming that you never had a chance to get out of the galaxy, that the possibility that it's all throughout the Milky Way is second to none.
Yeah, I guess
all
so.
These systems and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. So here's the distance, and I guess they're saying that this is in megaparsecs. So let's see here. A megaparsec, of course, is just a million parsecs. So 3.26 million times 15.2.
I just thought like you would be able. I just thought you'd be able to get out of the galaxy, and it's more like Andromeda and stuff. But I guess not.
It's a pretty long. It's a pretty long way out there. Pretty long. So, wow, this is saying
28 megaparsecs.
And maybe what Carl Sagan maybe say is true. There could be other solar systems within the galaxy as well.
Well, we already know. Yeah, I mean,
we're going to be lucky if we get out of our own solar system. If we survive long enough to do that, much less get out of our galaxy.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got a ways to go.
91
million. 91
we
can't even get past the moon yet.
Yeah.
We can't even go past the moon yet.
No.
Not yet.
But yet you send spacecraft to Mars and stuff. We can't even get out of the world.
Well, how far is Voyager 1 and 2? Where are they at now?
They're pretty far out. I think they're about 80 or 90 astronomical units, maybe 100. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Maybe Tom knows, or Uncle Bill, or Charles. I think Voyager 1 and 2 are about somewhere between 80 and 100 of those astronomical units out. And of course, an astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So pretty far out there. But you know, I'm these guys are saying that these numbers are the distance in megaparsecs. And if I take that number, 15.2, and I'm going to do it again, 15.2. I'm going to multiply.
This is where I have trouble with the math, where I have trouble with the numbers. That's a lot of zeros, a lot of numbers to work with.
That's a lot of numbers. But
And
this is
it doesn't make sense to me most of the
right.
time. Or
What if we are just limited to our galaxy? It's then if you were able to get out of galaxy, what things are we going to be looking at and stuff?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if we have any decent idea about what kind of stuff is sort of between galaxies.
that's the
There's
unknown that we
yeah,
have to learn.
Yeah.
there's
And
certainly
the
a lot.
batteries will be dying real soon on the Voyager, so we will never would know.
Yeah, Voyager is I think Voyager's probably got maybe about 10 more years or so, and then the signal is just going to be just way too
The only
weak.
real answer I see to long distance travel in something akin to our lifespan. I mean, you can't just put people in cryo for 500 years. There's no continuity to the intelligence you would gain from this. If we can figure out the space-time continuum, something is missing in our physics at this point about
We need
space-time
Q.
continuum. If
Remember
we
the character Q.
and we can learn to bend it, we can go from here to there, not by the long distance, but by bringing it together some way.
Well,
That's
and
Yeah.
maybe our concept of space-time isn't right. Maybe it isn't right.
it may not be.
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, you go from Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, any kind with the title "Star" into it.
Starman.
We just need Q. We need that guy Q, and we need to learn more about what he knows.
Well, I try to contact him every single day, and he doesn't.
And I thought I was out there. Oh my God.
He doesn't respond to my emails. So
No,
what am I supposed to do? So all right. Well, look, I'm noticing what time it is, and I think it's about time to get on out of here for today. A quantum crowbar. I like it. I like it. So, yeah, who knows? I think Atta is about to fly off the netherworld, but she is well armed, so should be all right there. So, yeah, I think let's get out of here for today. Looks like it's 3:08 UTC. And man, Atta is dealing with a red alert, so she's out of here. Thanks, Atta. We'll see you later. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here for now. So thanks, everybody, for coming in again. I will be here again once again tomorrow, 2 hours UTC. Have a great evening, great day. Yeah, I think that's it for now. We're not quite done with Aries yet, so I want to hang on to that.
But we got close.
A little bit more, just a little bit every day. That is one of the cool things about a daily live stream is that
I kind of distracted a little bit with my camera.
no, I can talk about all kinds of things. I've got stuff in my back pocket that I can pull out. But if you all want to talk about things, I'm happy to talk about all that stuff because it's astronomy, and I just love talking about all this stuff. So let's do it again.
Good deal.
Do it again. Tomorrow I will be here. Come on in if you can. And that is nice, right? I mean, you don't have to come in every day. If you want to come in every day, that's great. If you want to come in every week, every month, every year, it's great. Happy to see you here. So spread the word. We just, this is extremely casual. There's no set program or anything. It's extremely rare that I have any plan at all, right? but there's so much to talk about. There is a universe full of just amazing things, and so because it's a daily thing, there's no rush either, right? There's absolutely no rush.
So, quick question before you end it. Would it be more sensible to go to the edge and go out, or go to the center
Of what?
of our galaxy, of Milky Way? Would it be better if we go to the edge when we keep going outward, or do we go to the center and learn more about our own galaxy?
I think I'd like to do all the above. There are hazards, with both of those things.
Okay.
I don't, we're doing a pretty good job right here, just sort of looking around and seeing. And right now, those two places are completely not accessible to us whatsoever. No way. But definitely going to the center of the galaxy would be pretty interesting. It's probably a pretty busy place. Nobody really knows what's going on there. There's a lot of speculation, and there's a lot of people who say, "Oh yeah, for sure, it's this and this and this and this and this." And like, well, I don't know. We'll see. It's just a skeptic in me, which is always, a nice thing.
If we're at the edge of the arm, where they show us in a lot of the pictures, they show where our solar system is.
Right.
Then if we try to leave and go out to the edge of the galaxy and then onward outside of the galaxy, wouldn't that be a safer bet as far as getting that accomplished?
Well, I guess, but again, the distances involved are just so absolutely enormous that normal travel, even at the speed of light, is absolutely just too slow. It's just too slow.
Well, how long did it take for Voyager's probes to get where they are now?
Voyager was launched about
71 or 70?
Around 1976.
76, okay.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's about right.
Yeah.
So they've only been going, for 40 years.
Wow.
And they are only, just getting to the edge of the solar system now. So and they're, they are some of the fastest traveling spacecraft that we've ever made. Right. So, that's pretty pitiful, right?
Yeah.
Interesting
and sad at the same time.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have a long way to go and a lot to look forward to. We just gotta, get through this thing where we've got our finger on the button, right? We gotta get that off and relax a little bit, enjoy ourselves, realize that we are living on a garden, right? Mm-hmm. And it's great. It's absolutely great. We don't need to fight about things and all that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here.
Thank you.
Peace, cheers, and all that.
Thank you again. Really great evening.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming in. It's always great. I thoroughly enjoy this. This is just fun.
Remember, you tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Okay, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in.
See you next time.
All right, later.